Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Hearts of Iron 4, continuing on with Operation Enduring Francedom. My attempt to survive as France during World War II. And it's not really a matter of survival anymore, as Germany has been taken out, as well as most of its allies in Europe. The only ally left in Europe is bits of Italy, so Italy controls Albania and some other bits over here, and then there are some areas in Africa that they control. Outside of that, there's just Japan, and Japan is currently at war with pretty much everyone, including all of the allies, which includes the United States and the Soviet Union. Now, I don't know if I really trust the AI to be able to defeat the Japanese, and the Chinese have pretty much defeated the Japanese themselves, but I think as far as this playthrough is concerned, if I can beat Italy, I'm not going to really worry about Japan, and I'll probably call an end to the series. There is one thing I did want to mention, though, and a lot of this has to do with my inexperience with the game. This is my first playthrough with the game, and although I've played the game quite a lot, I've never really had to do naval invasions, and I was really confused why this naval invasion was just never happening, and the reason it was never happening is because I didn't have enough naval intelligence over here. So, fortunately for me, this was something that was actually in the wiki. Usually when I am confused with something and I look in the wiki, it's not there. But this was actually laid out pretty clearly. I need naval intelligence. So what I've done is I've sent a bunch of ships to sit in this province, and hopefully we can build up the naval intelligence so that this invasion can finally happen. Like the thing I've noticed, and I couldn't really figure out why this was, is I was getting no progress on my preparation. And the reason for that is because of that naval intelligence. In any case, we can go ahead and continue on with time. There are some things I'm going to need to do periodically, like set up factories. We can just throw that stuff out there. For the most part, I'm not really needing a whole lot of anything outside of probably a lot of resources. Yeah, we need steel. So let's talk to the United States here. Send that along. And we also need tungsten. So we'll talk to... I guess it can be the United States as well, and we'll just get as much as we need. We're going to probably be short on convoys here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch up my naval production because I'm not really worried about ships anymore. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. And we're just going to start pouring out convoys because we need a lot of resources. And I also need them for the naval invasion. So I'm going to do as many as I can get away with. Okay. And outside of that, right now we have a lot of damaged factories, so I want to start getting on repairing those. Let's get that done. All right. I think we're pretty much good to go. Do I want to send these units over to attack the Japanese? Honestly, I'm not sure how successful that's going to be because I'm assuming what areas the Japanese do control are pretty heavily manned. So what I might do instead is just send these guys somewhere else. So we're strategically redeploy them over to Saigon for now. And as I've discussed, I am a little bit unhappy with the way that province control is determined in the game. That's something that I think definitely needs fixing. Okay, another thing that we've got going over here in Africa is the need to squeeze the last of the Italian troops. So if we can finish these guys off, we can push them into here and just squeeze them out. Ooh, Republican Spain joined the Comintern. That doesn't really affect us too much. And you know, another thing I may do, I've told all these guys to just deploy and garrison areas that we need garrisoned. And they should be doing that. I guess you can join the Blue Army too in that endeavor. I might actually grab a couple units and start a new army. Oh, and another thing. Oh, I already did that. I was going to say I could get a better general. All right, so now we have ships here. Let's see how the progress is going. Are they attaining any? Huh. Let's merge this crap together, split it in half, and I'll have half of you go over this way. Oh, no, 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 no. There, okay. Naval intelligence. All right. Hopefully those guys show up sometime. Yeah. There we go. Must have had it paused. Well, I don't know exactly how you get any more naval intelligence. You know what I'm going to do, too? Take everyone that's in here and rebase them somewhere in Italy. And then maybe we'll fly planes over there, too. And maybe that'll give us intelligence. So I'm just going to grab... Oops. This fighter here. And close air support. Close air support. And the tactical bombers. They'll all come over there. And then I'll give them missions over the Western Balkans. And maybe we'll get that intelligence we need. This is part of the Western Balkans, right? Yeah. Alright. They're all here. You're going to start all being Western Balkans. And that's fine. What missions you've got? Alright. Now how's your preparation going? Huh. Doesn't look like it's progressing at all. How do you get naval intelligence? Oh, non-aggression pact, okay. I don't know if there's an intelligence screen. Don't think there is. Naval supremacy 0%. Why? Do I have to give these guys a mission? Alright, fine. I'll merge you together. Give you a commander. This guy. And then we'll give you a... troll. And do it in this territory. Let's see if that does it. Now are you preparing? There they go. Okay, so I just needed to... Okay, got it. Perfect. Oh, well, the U.S. arrived first. Well, that's okay. We finally figured out, though, what it is that we needed to do. So I'm happy with that situation either way you look at it. Okay. Communist relent. Due to the Soviet Union and ourselves being at war with the common enemy, they seem to have toned down the support of domestic communist parties. Okay. They stopped influencing us, I guess. Oh, okay. There are still German bombers? Where? I guess they'd be in here, wouldn't they? Well, I guess the Americans are going to capture before I do. You guys don't need to do anything silly like that. Just delete that. Okay, purple guys. All right, and it looks like the Americans got that as well. I mean, I guess you go this way. How about you go here and then there? Capture Albanian territory. How are things going in Africa? So we've managed to beat them here. So let's push in here. I don't see any troops in here, so they must have already gotten murdered. So I guess there's no reason to hang there. I guess you guys can go over here instead. All right. One more area to capture, and then we'll be good. All right. That is finished off. There's not a whole lot of Italian holdings left. Don't know of much else. This is what, Portuguese? Venezuela isn't in the war, are they? No. Because I did see volunteer troops at one point. Well, how about you guys? You're all going to go there. I don't know if this port... Is that a port or not? How about you just strategically redeploy over here? And then I'll have you go over to Africa, probably, to help fighting. Matter of fact, I might grab a bunch of divisions here. Like, all my motorized ones. How about that? Is there a way I can select all of the motorized divisions? Oh, of course not. Right. We can do it that way. Oops. I don't know if I'm selecting them or deselecting them. Okay, I think that was what I wanted to do. Create a new army. Yeah, okay, good. We're like all of you guys to strategically deploy to a port. Like this one. And then we're going to grab all of my tanks. We'll find them. Again, I wish there was a button that made this easier, but not a big deal. Okay, we've got them. Add them into the Green Army. And again, strategically deploy to here. And then give you a commander who is going to be... We'll actually switch these guys around. Hold on. Be that guy for now. You be that guy. You be that guy. Okay. Now that we have that in order, I think we can start a massive build-up for Africa. You guys, I would like to transport over to here. All right, perfect. Then we'll do the same thing with all these troops that we have strategically deploying here. We'll navally send them over into Africa, and then we'll start pushing with them. Okay, it looks like Riley's doing a good job of pushing here, in the south anyway. And we'll make the main push in the north. All right. You guys strategically redeploy to here. Thing is, I don't know if they have very good supply, so I don't know if their organization will come back. I might want them to have them deploy in an area where we've got good supply, like right here. So why don't I do that? So it looks like this province here is where we want to go. So you two guys actually strategically redeploy here. And then they'll be able to build up their organization again. All right, let's go and see how The deployment of the other guys are going. Okay. Don't know if there's more arriving. I'm just going to assume this is all of them. And, ooh, we got our medium tanks. Good. Let me research new stuff here. Okay, what do we need? 42. How are we doing on artillery? Doing okay. I mean, anti-air could need some improvement. We're doing okay in engineering. You know, I think I'm going to do support, but I mean the maintenance companies. We haven't really done much with that. And then what I like to do, go to production and go to medium tanks and change them to the new version here. But we're going to make a variant. And we've got a lot of stuff to work with. So I'm going to do, let's say that. Main gun. Engine. Okay. Oh, we're going beyond what we have. Okay, so I can do one more point somewhere else. I'll give it an engine boost. Save that up. And you can produce this. Okay. Now that that's done, grab all these guys. And I'd like to color them something different. We'll do this mauve-ish color. And you will come over here and land in here. Oops. Did I do that wrong? There we go. Away they go. And I'm now here. How about half of you split off? Come in there. Cut these guys off. Ooh, we've got new artillery. We're going to need to produce that. So, improved artillery. There we go. And research. Oh, I can also improve the government. And I need resources. We'll take a look at that here in a second, too. Again, not positive on where I want to put points. I think I'm going to go with the continuation of these different port companies. So there we go. Once these guys have gained enough organization, I probably will go ahead and attack with them. These guys are full organization, though, which is interesting. Okay, that is good because we can start on the different encryption and decryption text. I'm going to do decryption first. Okay. And over in Asia, go ahead and navally send these guys over to, I guess, the same port we've been sending everybody else. Got naval stuff going on over here. Naval bombardment of convoys. Really? How do the Germans have naval bombers in this area? Oh, there's an Italian island here. A couple, as a matter of fact. I didn't know that. Well, I know how to deal with that. You are going to join a new army, as are you. You're going to come over here. And we're going to give you a commander. The Gaul will work. And once you are prepared for an invasion, what I would like... I should have naval intelligence over here because I already have stuff in the area. Yeah, I see air stuff moving. Okay. We'll take care of that in a second. Guess we can already set it up. So, naval invasion, click there, then click here. That's definitely where they're coming from. All right, so there's a couple Italian possessions we can take out here. And once your guys are in position, you can go ahead and go. I don't really... And as I said, we should have the intelligence here because I have stuff, and I've had stuff patrolling here for some time. Yeah, they're definitely acting against me. All right, well, these guys are here now. And you know what? There's nobody over here, so we're going to march over there. Okay, what's going on over here? Me murdering this guy. Dead, okay. I guess you can start... Start heading over here. And I do have research I have to take care of. Alright, and we can do the other... the encryption end of things. Okay. Once our main force gets here, I can really start moving. But if we can capture this port, that might make things a little bit better. Though it's a little late now. It's going to take another 7 days for this to be finished, and then maybe they'll get going. Hard to be for sure on that. Now, if there's troops in there, that would be challenging with just 2 units. I'm kind of hoping there's not troops in there. All right. How about you just continue until you get to the port? Okay. You know, and I could be sending airplanes in here to assist, but not really worried about it. We'll let these guys get reorganized, and then we'll probably start pushing them here. Why are these troops gray? Turkey has joined the German Reich as our enemy. Why? They're just going to get smashed. All right. Blue Army. How about you instead lead all this nonsense and give me front line here, an offensive line that goes to there. And once you got guys in position, you can go ahead. Okay. Oh, and I forgot about modifying my government. What are we working on research-wise? Nothing I think I can really do anything with there. I guess I might be able to fit one of these guys in. So we've got a couple experts, like Grand Battle Plan expert. That might be a good one. Or alternatively, I get one of these guys. So Army Logistics, maybe. Division Attrition. Yeah, we'll do that, I guess. And you're just going to continue moving there. All right, you're going to try and be silly, man. So, no, that's not going to happen. We're just going to push everything into that. Murder you really quick. These are mountains, which are not ideal for tanks, but we'll make do. Okay. You're going to come down into here. You too. The heavy tanks are going to have a hard time keeping up. Now we've captured a port. Things should be going a little bit better. All right, the invasion, I think, is on the way. So we'll see how well that does. Okay. Mountainous terrain will be a little bit difficult. We could come in here, capture the city, unopposed. You just keep going towards the port, I guess. And you guys... How about instead you come into these mountains? Cut these guys off from supply. Well, actually, what? What is this? Is this desert? This is mountain. Alright, you know what? Probably the smarter move was to move through the desert, not the mountains. Okay. But I'm just going to have them go through the mountains anyway. Come in here, grab this capital. And that will cut all these guys off from supply. Which is what we want. And the more ports we take, the happier I am. And honestly, the tanks will do better once they get down in here. And how about you start driving for the port? You just go there. Okay. Oh. Okay, whatever. Just go. Just go. You. Go. No point in just sitting around. I guess I never did tell them to go, but... You, go over there. You. Go over there. No, no. Go there, then go there. There you go. All right. Manage this. Do we murder the guys over here that are out of supply? No, we got landing craft, which actually we didn't end up needing. All right. Still 42. Let's get the recon company up here. Okay, you guys go there. You guys go here. This is with you. Again, they're not going to do all that well in mountainous terrain, but the idea is just to murder the battalions involved, or divisions, I should say. Okay, you guys get in there. Go there after you're done with that move. Okay, we're going to take Istanbul pretty quick here. And then I think we just, like, we get a front going here, and then I'll let them do the AI-controlled stuff. Oh, I've got factories. 2. Okay, I don't know. Guess we'll give them to the medium tanks, because we are probably short on that. And also, I would like air wings to redeploy. So they're all over here, right? So why don't you... 400 planes can go there, 800 planes there. All right. Well, all of those guys should be able to... not quite fit. You know what? I'll send one of you... You know what? You don't even need to go there. Stay there. You, over here... Give me all these guys, except for... I don't need you. And come over here. You know what? I guess I'll take the fighter. Get over there. When they get there, we'll start doing stuff over Turkey here. Okay, well, we're continuing to push here to try and take out the allies over here. Again, I'm going to focus in the west here. I'm not going to really worry myself with Japan. We'll just assume that they'd eventually get beaten, considering that they're fighting the Soviet Union, the United States, and China at the same time. And if we can beat them, the Axis in the west over here, I'll consider that a victory. Why don't you guys march over that way? Okay, well, in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.